What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Kenn's Questions. Of course, we're coming to you live from downtown Riviera Beach at the beautiful Boulevard Subs. So I do have I would say an absolute famous guest that's sitting across from me. I like to claim things, and she's going to be worldwide, everywhere, on every single platform. It's gonna be movies, it's gonna be music. I did my homework. We gonna make sure that y'all know Miss Kitty Lundan sitting directly across from me. But of course, with Ken's Questions, y'all know my platform. Y'all know y'all don't send y'all questions in. Thank you to everyone that submitted your questions. We got some good ones for y'all tonight. Now, without further ado, I would like for my guest to introduce herself.
Well, one is an honor to be sitting next to Kenn and getting Kenn's questions. I'm Kitty Lundan. I'm host and creator of the People of Power show. I have a Facebook Live show. Also, I am an executive producer for a show called What's Poppin' PBC, which we are now filming our second season. We are on the CW, which is Broward, Miami. We're also on the Fox network. And we are in about 4,500 hotel rooms, so very exciting, very exciting. I'm also a songwriter, creative director, a mom, a wife, and it's a lot. But I am here, and I'm, like I said, I'm excited. I usually am the interviewer, so this is different for me. I trust that Kenn is going to treat me well,
of course,
as the interviewee. So I'm just ready to get this show started. Again, like I said, I'm super excited.
So these are, I love to make sure that people are comfortable when they come on my show.
Okay.
And of course, thank you as well for extending yourself to come and hang out with a fellow content creator.
Hey, listen, sometimes it's good to switch the roles.
Yeah.
Make yourself vulnerable, I guess. Is that what you call it, being in the hot seat?
I've never been in the hot seat.
Oh, okay. Well, we got to make that happen. Thank you. Noted.
Because those things, you're so used to grabbing the camera. You're so used to, all right, tell me what's going on,
right.
Because that is where our comfort level is.
Right.
But,
it's very therapeutic, though. I've been in the hot seat before, and I find it to be very therapeutic, if that makes sense. So I'm ready. I'm ready for my therapy.
So now, let's. You want to jump right into it?
We can jump. Listen, YOLO.
I'll mix it up a little bit.
Okay.
So now, this might be a hard question for you.
Okay.
Because this is not your world, but still, I'm pretty sure you have an opinion about
it.
Okay. So the first question that was submitted is very generic, but I like it because it could take us many different ways.
Okay.
So the first question is, why is dating so hard these days? And this individual that submitted it, he actually reached out to me to tell me that, hey man, this is I guess you would say a pain point for him.
Gotcha.
When dealing and navigating the dating world today.
Okay. Yes. So I believe, and I'm not in the dating world right now.
Right.
And who knows, maybe I will be one day. Again, I don't know. But I think dating is so hard is because we look for something that does not exist, and it's called perfection. And when we look for perfection, we're going to constantly stay looking because it does not exist. I think when I say we are generalized as people, we tend to want something that we can't give ourselves. Right? And people have these superficial wish lists that do not exist in the real world. We have these things that we want from people, like whether it's, women who say, oh, I want a man who's tall, dark, handsome, no kids, good credit. I'm like, you looking for Jesus, and he's coming back one day. But until then, you're gonna need somebody on this earth, right? So you understand what I mean? It's like we want a lot, and I think that's what makes it so hard, because a lot of people they feel like they're settling for something when they don't get all their their list checked off, and that's not real. It's not realistic.
The perfection part, of course, is what I hear loud and clear.
It's
Um,
it's
I guess we're not looking for other human beings.
pretty much. I think we're looking for a man-made. I wouldn't even call it a person because a person is man-made, of course, by giving birth. But I mean, it's like putting together your faves and making it all into one person, and it's not going to happen. I think once we kind of sit back and kind of do a self analysis on our own self and say, hey, are you perfect? Are you this? And you're like, yeah, no, I come with some bruises and some scars myself, right? So how can you expect others to walk into your life and be unbruised?
Oh, those of y'all who know me, y'all know I'm the Bruises of the Hits, Cuts, and Bruises podcast as well.
Play on
so,
words.
So definitely shout out to those guys. Of course, El Spanko. Shout out to Spanky for actually setting this up. You know, that's of course somebody that's near and dear to both of our hearts.
Right.
And I'm glad he's still here. You know, done went through a lot. And of course, DJ Timo. You know,
Yes.
Yeah, he cutting and scratching
On the wheels
somewhere.
of steel.
Yeah, he's somewhere making somebody dance right now.
Right. But yeah, that's just, I mean, you think about couples who've been married for like 80 years, right? I mean, they do exist, right? It's like the M&Ms, they do exist.
Yeah.
And if you've ever talked to them, because I always ask, how did you make it last? First of all, I know one thing, they normally live in, well, not live, they live together, but they actually sleep in separate bedrooms.
Yes.
And I didn't understand how good that was.
Yes.
Listen, it keeps you feeling a little single, right?
It's like a little vacation.
It's like
when
a
y'all-
little right.
Yeah.
But if you ever talk to them, they've been through some things.
Of course.
I mean, from infidelity to outside children to sometimes some domestic issue. I mean,
Yeah.
they've been through it, but they stuck through it. But neither one was perfect.
No.
And they got to a place where they understood it, and they realized that there's nothing better out there, right? Whatever that may be.
Right.
But they worked through it.
Because I'm navigating that now. I got divorced in 2020.
Okay.
I was married for 20 years.
Ooh, that's a long time.
And, you know, I don't come with a lot of patience. That's what I learned. And, you know,
Wait a minute.
yeah, go ahead.
That's a contradiction, right? You was married 20 years, but you have patience. That's a lot of patience.
She got all my patience.
Oh, okay.
That's,
I'm like, 'cause that's 20 years is a long time.
That's where that came from.
Okay, got you.
Because time is so important to me.
It is.
You know, and it's one of those situations where, like you said, everybody looking for Jesus. Everybody, you know, got their check marks and,
Correct.
you know, oh, you so nice, but you 5'4". Yeah, I'm 5'4". You want to put some Ron DeSantis shoes on or something and be 5'8"?
Right.
I could do that.
So is Kevin Hart, isn't he like 5'4"?
He's 5'4".
Okay, I'm like, okay. And what's your point?
But that's, you know, that's a deal breaker.
Oh.
And I'm not one of those ones to sit there and say, well, you know, I don't like you because you don't like me. I like those who like me.
Correct.
You know, and I had to learn that. Don't chase, you know, don't make that individual that don't make that decision that you're not tall enough, try to, you know, compensate for other things and like, oh, well, I'm gonna keep on, make you know that I'm somebody you might like.
Right.
No, go on about your business. You already told me. So those are things that, as a part of those checklists, and I get it. You know.
Yeah, I mean, certain things. I mean, you do have to have some standards, right? You do have to have some deal breakers. You have to notice red flags, is what you call it, because, you know, some of those are deal breakers too. But at the end of the day, are you realistic about what you're looking for?
Right.
Right? And a lot of people want, like I said, the unicorn.
I immediately thought when this question popped up, the Cheesecake Factory issue that was going on a little while ago.
Ridiculous.
That still bothers me.
Ridiculous.
It bothers me.
Listen, I don't know. Do you eat Taco Bell?
I don't.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, well, for my Taco Bell eaters, like myself, you know, they're random, right? It's like they don't want to admit they like it unless it's 2 a.m. in the morning, right? Like, if you're going to go to a club, Taco Bell hits. No, Taco Bell always hits for me. But there was some sauce, and the sauce has a name on it. And the sauces, I think one said, "Will you marry me?" And I posted, I think I took a picture or the sauce. It was a while ago on social media. And I'm like, this is so romantic. And of course, there was mixed emotions about being at Taco Bell and being proposed to. Because I said, well, would you not take that? And they were like, not at Taco Bell. I'm like, but the sauce says, will you marry me? I said, I thought that would be so, so what does it have to be? This perfect romantic setup with all your friends and family. And you know, this guy's on one knee and you have a beautiful dress. I mean, yeah, we see that on social media. And yes, that's great. But does it take away the genuine love if I'm literally eating with the person that I love and want to spend the rest of my life with just because we're at Taco Bell?
Right.
It takes away the authenticity of that. I mean, what? Oh.
That's the guy that got married at KFC. Do you remember that? I think it was over.
A couple of them,
yeah,
right?
But it was this particular guy was over in South Africa.
Okay.
They get married at KFC because it's where they met.
Okay.
And it made sense.
Symbolic. Okay.
You know,
yeah.
Because of the backlash that they received from all these negative haters, which of course what sucks about social media because everybody got a voice, and their life is so miserable that they got to make sure they try to bring somebody else down. They ended up getting free rings. They got a free honeymoon. They got all these things from sponsors that looked down and said, you know what, this is so romantic that we want to support you guys. We want to make sure y'all start off on a good foot.
So they really won.
They really and truly won.
On someone else's dime.
Yes.
Because, you know, I used to do makeup back in the day and, you know, did a lot of weddings. And I would see people the day of the wedding, you know, scrapping just pennies, you know, scraping pennies or whatever just to make the day great for someone else.
Yeah.
Because it's really for someone else. Because
Yeah.
you don't even really, did you have a wedding?
Yes.
Okay. So that day you don't even really enjoy because it's like you're in a dream.
Right.
It's for everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
And some of those people, and most of those people don't even end up making it.
No.
But you spend all this money.
Mm-hmm.
Superficial. So.
Y'all get a house. Don't just have a party. Get a house.
And when did Cheesecake Factory become on the low? When did that? I mean, that's not a. That cheesecake is expensive, honey. $8 a slice, $9 or what is it, a slice? I mean,
yeah.
Okay.
And Cheesecake Factory is one of the most popular restaurants in the country. So one of the most profitable restaurants. So somebody eating there, you know, like everybody can't go down to Miami and go to the crab place. Is it Bob, Billy, or some kind
I
of?
would not know. Is it very expensive?
It's very expensive because they have those king crab claws.
Okay.
And they break it for you and all that good stuff. And
I'm allergic to these shrimp, so shellfish, so I wouldn't.
All of them?
Everything. Everything got shell on it. I'm okay. I'm not missing anything but death.
You don't want none
I'm
of that.
good. I know people that eat and they're like, "Oh, I just take a Benadryl." I'm like, it is not that serious.
No. I love ice cream, but I got my lactate with me.
Right? Yeah, it's like just give it up.
I think that's kind of we want to have our cake and eat it too. Are we just spoiled?
Not spoiled. I think it's we want our cake and eat it too, no matter the repercussions. We want it. We will suffer for it or through it. Yeah, that's what it is.
Now this next one is kind of interesting.
Okay.
Okay. This question is actually a very old question.
Old question. Okay.
So it goes, I live in West Palm Beach. My boyfriend lives in Tallahassee. I drive my car most of the time to see him. Then when I get there, we usually take my car. Should I ask him for gas money? Because he has not offered.
I can only imagine how my face looked just now. Because I know it went all... Because first of all, my son went to FSU. So Tallahassee, the drive alone is frustrating. Right? And so once you get there, you are tired.
Yes.
Your car should be tired.
Yes.
Okay? Your car needs to rest after Tallahassee. So does he have, well, first of all, does he have a car? That should be the, did the
He has a car.
Oh, he has a car, but he just don't want to use her. So he wants to put all the miles on her car.
Yes.
Wow. And so the question is, should he pay for gas?
Yes.
Not only should he help pay for gas, he should help you get a tune-up, tire rotation,
Yes.
and an oil change. Because you'll need one after Tallahassee. But
So all maintenance costs should be
I
coming out of
mean,
his pocket.
I'm just thinking, this person is coming to see me, right? So they're taking the burden off of me already by
Yes.
coming to see me.
Yes.
And then once they get there, I think the least that I can do is be the in-town driver because you've already traveled quite a distance to come see me. That's the least that I can do is crank up my little automobile and take us around. Tallahassee is not that big.
No.
It's not like Atlanta. Like,
Right.
so yes, my dear. Yes. Well, you shouldn't have to ask him for gas. He should be willing or have enough common sense to offer you gas. Now, he may think, you staying over his house that he's helping you not pay for a hotel room. And, maybe he's thinking that offset cost, well, you're not renting a room, you're staying with me. Is she staying with him?
She's staying with him.
Oh, okay. Is he providing all the food? I'm trying to make it make sense for people who think that 50-50 thing, who think, well, when she comes, she doesn't have to spend any hotel money. She don't have to buy food. Like, I'm trying to help him out a little bit,
Right.
but
Is she being winded down once she gets
it don't sound too 50-50 to me. It sounds more like 80-20. But yes, my dear. Yeah. Some gas money needs. Yeah.
I would absolutely agree.
Okay.
I'm gonna even throw it out there that let's look into some flights. Because unless the turnpike and all that stuff don't change.
Well, personally, I don't like to fly. If I would road trip it. I road trip. But that is wear and tear. And how often are you doing this?
At least once a month.
Is he cash apping her, Zelling you anything? Like
I got
Oh.
the amount is being zero. Zero. So, yeah.
He must be doing some great things for that weekend. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm just gonna say, get your money right. Get your money. He should be maintenance, but like I said, look at the flights. Me personally, because by the time you spent the gas, by the time you've gotten the oil change and all that stuff, you could have been on the plane.
I can't do long distance relationships. I'm sorry. Like, everything for me would be a red flag. Like, I would have to pop up one, and you can't just pop up in Tallahassee. Yes.
Not the pop-up.
Oh, the pop-up.
Oh,
I know. I know you can't. And you can't even say I was in town. Tallahassee, like, really? You really? That's an intentional drive. You can't even lie. And my luck, I would get caught going over the speed bump while he coming outside.
No, man.
No, I'm sorry.
No.
Especially in that situation, dude. Oh, you gonna get a pop-up. I'm not coming up here. I gotta buy my own gas, come to you. Oh, the pop-up. Oh, the pop-up. If I normally come the third week of the month, I'm coming the second that month. Yeah, I gotta pop up on you. Cause I'm gonna try to find a reason to end this. And I'm sure if I do a pop-up, I'm gonna get some good reasons.
What if he at the moon?
Yeah.
Maybe at the moon hanging out when you do the pop-up.
He's at the who?
At the moon.
What's the moon?
The Moon is a club in Tallahassee that
Okay, the moon ends. It does not last all night.
has changed lives.
Oh, it does not last all night. He could be at the moon, honey, but I'm going to see him when the sun come up. And who he come out the car with? Oh, it goes down in Tally.
Let's hope that that's not the case.
We hope, honey. Listen, I don't know.
Now,
Because men can't be alone.
dog, dog.
All right, go on to the next question.
You just gonna throw that out there
You
and,
know-
and make me leave it? Men can't be
Men
alone.
can't be alone.
Dog, that's what our problem is.
Y'all cannot be alone. It's awful.
I think the attention that y'all are used to, we want. Y'all used to somebody saying, "Oh, you look nice today." Oh, how you doing today? Oh, it's always coming your way. The moment that we get a hint
Oh.
of that,
It's like a dog in heat. A freak without warning.
thank you so much.
Jesus.
You know, like wow.
Yeah, so my dear, those other 3 weeks you're not there, so they begin do a pop.
So I do have a resolution with this one.
Okay.
Okay, like I said, it was an old question.
Okay.
They broke up.
Oh.
Yeah, they broke up because he didn't, you know.
Oh. Oh, so you don't have to do a pop now. Okay. Sure, your mileage is a lot lower.
They broke up. They broke up.
Okay.
It wasn't.
Smart woman.
This one, yeah. This
Now, if
one-
it's marriage, is it different? Marriage is a little harder to.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Oh,
You know,
you got to go through marriage, but dating, yeah,
move on and move up.
correct.
Oh, never date down. Ever, ever, ever. Y'all hear me out there? Don't date down. Please, please, don't. Know your worth. Know your worth, please. Don't be around talking about. Nah, let me stop.
That's a whole other show.
Y'all know I like T-Bird.
19 kids. 20 baby mamas. How you got 19 kids with 20 baby mamas? Jesus. Because one wasn't proven ever. Okay.
I love all my nieces and my nephews. I love all y'all. Love all y'all. All right. So the next question kind of goes in line with what we just talked about.
Okay.
Okay. So this question is chivalry truly dead now that women are the primary breadwinners in our community?
I don't think anything's dead. I think people kill things. I mean, there are gentlemen that still exist, but it's based on, one, how you're raised. You know, do you expect the door to be open every time you walk into a restaurant? Maybe. But I think anything that is genuine and people really know what love is, I don't think anything is dead. I think we as a community have kind of made making love sound cringy.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, if you think you even say it, you know, people like, I want to have sex, right? Instead of saying, I want to make love. That sounds so like, but that's really what it should be. But we have just taken the mushiness out of everything now.
Of
It's
course.
like, you know, we got to be hardcore. We got to be, you know, and a woman making more than her husband or fiance or boyfriend. I mean, I don't think it should take his masculinity away.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't think it should make him feel less than a man.
Right.
If anything, I think it should motivate you or make you feel happy that you do have a woman that is strong and able to help if you are not able to as a man. Because, you know, reality, you all get hurt. You all get injured. You may be out of a job. And then now what happens to the household? It still has to maintain itself.
It sure does.
Right? I mean, there's some stay-at-home dads who are great.
Dog, I was trying. Ooh, I would have loved
right?
it. I would have loved it.
Some stay-at-home, but I mean, you know, and I know society makes men be the, you know, the king of the castle and the provider, and I mean, that's great and that's biblical, so to speak, but I mean, again, we're going back to that perfection thing. Some life happens.
Of course.
So I don't think that, you know, chivalry is dead. I think that it can definitely still be around. We just have to make it happen.
I'm going to throw in that chivalry shouldn't be attached to money.
Correct. Or status.
Right. Chivalry should be... Now, I do believe to a certain extent that we're the providers, we're the protectors, and I don't want to throw out that whole real men thing,
Right.
uh, because that's something that puts a lot of pressure on somebody that's not capable.
Right.
They might not have been taught, and I think that's the part that really throws people off,
Right.
because you don't give someone grace because they weren't taught.
Right.
You think it should be automatic that these things happen.
And when you say provider though, and that's another thing I think that needs to be explained, because people think that a provider is the everything, the source, the all, the end,
Right.
the beginning, the end, because God is our provider, right?
Exactly.
So I don't even think that men should even be labeled as the provider, because to me, that means that you do everything. You're my end all. I mean, if you don't give me, I don't get.
Right.
And that's a lie. I mean, you think about it. I
Yeah.
mean, I would think most women who have any common sense want to be independent to a certain point. Because think about every time you wanted to have something, like you wanted to eat, or you wanted to get your hair done, or you want to get your nails done, or you want to go out. I have to go to my man and ask him, can I have some money to get my hair done or get my nails done? Or, I mean, that's not. I can't even think about life like that. I wouldn't even survive in a life like that. I'm just saying, that's like a rule. That's like a dictatorship. I don't know. So, I don't even like the word provider like that. I don't like to use it in that context, because I think that puts too much on your shoulder.
Right.
Because if you lose your job, you are the provider.
Right.
So now I got to go home and tell my house that I can no longer provide. So are you providing only spiritually, mentally, physically, financially? Like, there's so many tentacles to that. But like you said, it shouldn't be attached to money or status.
Right.
You know?
The provisions are, can you take care of a household? Can you be, the number one dad at practice? Can you be, the husband that, put his wife on a pedestal?
Right.
Are those things in your wheelhouse?
Right.
We repeat what we see.
Right.
So thank God I grew up with an amazing father. Thank God I grew up with an amazing mom. So those are things that I replicated because that's what I saw.
So I got a flip question for you then. So for young men, let's say, that may listen to this interview one day or look at this one day, do you think that men should become husbands until they can provide for a family? Or should they base it off of, I love this young lady, we want to grow together financially, we want to grow together spiritually? Or do they not get married at all because he can't be the provider at that time?
So it's real with that. I think it goes back to the support system. If there's a support system there, I don't think marriage certificates should be given to anyone under the age of 21. If you can't drink, you can't get married. That's my honest opinion. And people are like, well, love doesn't have an age, or you can't put that stipulation on my relationship. But yeah, I can. We're looking at statistics. We're looking at traditionally, are you doomed to fail if you get married at age 18? Yeah, more than likely you're going to, I think, I don't want to throw the wrong statistic out there, but I think it's pretty high as far as somebody not being able to make it being that young. And you're not mature.
Yeah, well, they say your brain doesn't even mature till like 25 or something.
You're not mature. So you don't know how to navigate those things. If someone makes you mad and your first thought is to punch the wall, there's a level of maturity that you haven't reached. So you then, you got to be responsible for each other.
Correct.
And whether it be, well, first and foremost, hopefully it's in a loving way. That's first, because everything else gonna come along with it. You can grow together, but of course, I hope you in your job or whatever you do, I hope it's being able to provide, a comfortable living.
Right.
And that's the key with that. It has to be a level of comfortability. You can't just sit there and say, all right, well, my daddy pay my cell phone bill, so that's one bill we ain't got to worry about.
Wow. That's
You know,
a scary reality that people do think like that.
they do.
Yeah.
I see that more than I should.
Right.
It's like, why you 35 and still on your daddy's cell phone plan? That's insane to me that it goes that long. And they say this generation is being helped by their parents the most.
Oh, yeah.
Now, with that, I don't believe that we should kick our kids out.
No.
I really don't.
I think more than often it can set people up for failure. I mean,
Yeah.
you're not, like you said, at 18. That doesn't mean the minute you turn 18, the clock strikes 12.
See you later.
You're right. Your bags are packed. I mean, that's why I think we have a lot of homelessness too, because people are not ready
No.
mentally. They don't know how to, like you said, navigate through this life. Especially you've taken care of this person up to this point. You've sheltered them. You've given them food. And you just kick them out.
You know what? I got a quick question. Hey, quick question, y'all. Hey, Shed. Quick question. Did y'all learn budgeting in school?
No, I did, but it was a specific class.
Right.
They don't give it to everybody.
Okay, that's what I wanted to see.
I did.
Okay, so I just asked a question, and I got the answer that I thought I was going to get.
Yeah.
We got some young gentlemen here in Boulevard Subs, and they are enjoying themselves, of course. But the answer that I thought that I was going to get is they do
No.
not teach our children how to budget in school. Why?
Listen, they don't even know how to write cursive.
Oh, that's gone. That's gone.
I mean-
That's gone.
But you think about the magnitude of that. Your signature is your print.
Of course. But it's not needed anymore. I send electronic documents
Yeah.
every single day, and it's replaced. And that's what it is. You got the electronic signature that has now
Right.
replaced the wet signature. You can buy a car, you can buy a house, you can buy, you ain't got to be there. It's a scary thing because we were so used to it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I think that it ends up making it easier. It does. Especially moving on the other side of the country. Hey, I went over to Portland and I saw some place that I liked,
DocuSign.
send it to me.
Right. Right.
So as far as level of convenience, yeah. So that's gone. That's why they ain't gonna teach them kids that. That is gone.
It's kind of sad. When I saw my son, I saw his own, like, when it says print signature, I'm like, that look the same. What's going on here? How did I fail? I failed as a mother. I mean, I should have been. I said, little cursive books when you do. I said, I'm gonna have to show you because maybe they gonna steal your whole identity with that. I mean,
let's
print
get
is easy to duplicate.
Get another cursive book.
Yeah, it really is. And go to Amazon and get a cursive book for you.
We could definitely do that. How old is he?
He's 21.
Oh yeah, he right behind my son.
Yeah. I was like, he's like, Mom, they didn't teach us cursive. I'm like, oh gosh, I should have been at the PTL meeting. Oh,
All right, now this one
okay.
is near and dear to my heart
Oh, okay.
because I don't like explaining things.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
you'll see why when I ask. Okay. So do you remember the movie When Harry Met Sally?
I remember the title.
Okay.
I don't remember the actual. Okay.
But one of the premises behind that movie was, can men and women truly be good friends? And they challenged that in this movie.
So good friends as far as like besties?
Yeah.
Okay. Men and women.
Men and women.
Of course.
Okay.
Okay.
So you said, of course, immediately.
Yes.
So that means that you've had some experience in that.
Yes. I don't have a I've never actually gave anyone the bestie title who was a male.
Okay.
But I have some pretty good male friends, and platonic never tried me. I mean, I think maybe one had said they had a secret crush a long time ago, and then, we killed it. But because I put you in the brother zone, it's just like I don't see you. I mean, you could be fine, but you're like a brother.
The man expressed his whole heart feelings.
Yeah, he did, and I was just like,
Go.
yeah, no, that was never gonna happen. And he knew it was never going to happen. It just was never going to happen. And then, I mean, he's a great guy. It's just never going to happen.
Right.
So, but we were good. And I think that men and women should be really good friends because they learn from each other.
Yes.
Especially like me, I was the only child, so I didn't have brothers. So I would definitely look for males. And I grew up, you don't know, but I grew up rapping and I did a lot of music. So it was really male dominated. I was in the studio with a lot of guys, and it was just a real big brother type, little sister or whatever type relationship. But I got a lot of insight from them. When I was dating guys, I was like, what that mean when they do this? Be like, keep playing, you girl. I'm like, no, you just saying that because you want to talk to me, But it was, yes. It definitely, you can definitely, but there is a but.
Yeah.
Being a wife, right? I don't believe that like, say, for example, and I'm speaking in general, say, for example, my husband, let's say if he had a best friend that was a woman, okay? And let's say she came before me. Okay, so you all got history, right? I don't think that she should know more about you than me. Because when you become married, you become one.
That's tough.
And it shouldn't be. And I say, and the reason why I say this is because this is about the maturity of marriage.
Yes.
Right? When you become married, you become one.
Yes.
The person that you lay down with every single night, the person that you have given vows to, the person that you have promised before God that this is your person. There should not be other people who know more about you than your spouse. Because once that trust is broken, once that best friend, and it happens.
What's the eyeballs?
Because it happens. And I'm not even saying the best friend slept, but it happens in an argument. It happens when somebody falls out. It happens. Those secrets get disclosed, and everybody's at the table like, what in the... Because you allow the streets to know more about you than the person that you lay down with every day. I don't care if that's your mother, your brother, your sister, or whatever.
Yes.
And I get it that, you have those secret moments that you feel, oh, I can't even share this with my husband, or I can't even share this with my wife.
Yes.
Then why are you with them? Because if you think about it, if you can trust another person with your deepest, darkest secrets, and you can't trust the person that you're supposed to be with forever,
that's a problem.
That's a problem. That's where you question yourself.
What if you know that discussion will hurt them?
So the discussion that will hurt them, is it something you did before or is it something you did during?
It could be either.
Okay. Then you have to second guess your relationship, because I'm telling you, transparency is everything.
Of course.
If it's going to hurt them now, it's going to hurt them later. Right? And who's to say that the person that you trust today, because best friends fall out all the time. You see it on social media.
Right.
They air their dirty laundry. They send screenshots of everything. So you're already putting yourself in a vulnerable position because you've already put it out there in the atmosphere, whatever that secret is. So it's going to hurt. Yeah, it's probably going to hurt. Oh, yeah, what? You maybe had a baby on the side. You slept around, whatever. But they're going to find out. So how do you want the news to be delivered? Do you want the news to be delivered by you? Or the salty best friend who y'all fell out and now they're going to blackmail you or tell it? See, I can't do blackmail. I can't do that. I'm going to tell it. Listen, you ain't going to like this.
Right.
But here it is.
Exactly. Go ahead.
No, because people put too much into people, man. I don't care if that's my best friend. They're a person at the end of the day.
Right.
I've seen too many best friends. I've seen too many families backstab each other. I don't think that I could give a person that information and not give it to I don't know. It's. I get what you're saying, but oh, you playing with fire.
I, I, I just have to, I have some skin in the game when it comes to this. And I always had my core group of guy friends.
Right.
We started in 7th grade and still to this day. So I can ask them anything.
Right.
They don't have a filter that I'm gonna say, well, they might judge me based on this, because if they do, I don't care.
Right.
But with that same thing, if it's coming from my spouse, that judgment feels different.
It feels different. But also, what you said was real key. So I can respect more, and I mean, I'll still be looking sideways, but I can
Yeah.
respect more if there was a secret or a confidant and it was the same sex opposed to the opposite sex, because
Right.
then it kind of makes me feel a little saying, well, if you had to talk to you just had to talk to a woman,
Yes.
you should be talking to your wife. I can't compete with your homeboy,
Right.
because there's certain things that men may go through that I won't understand because I'm not a man.
Right.
But if you're going to talk about, especially if you're talking about us, right? You're going to go to another woman and lay down all the dirty laundry that we're going through, and you didn't talk to me about it. How am I supposed to feel? Because now you've given just everything away. I may not know I'm not cleaning the dishes right, or I may not know I'm not doing whatever you think I'm supposed to do right? Unless you talk to me about it, and I'll just be like, whatever. But
Right.
I think it's an insult to injury when you bring another woman into your relationship based on being a friend. I don't think that best friends shouldn't know everything about your relationship, because it's hurtful. It's hurtful for a woman.
The dynamic I was more leaning towards was the work husband dynamic,
Okay.
and work wife dynamic.
Yeah, that
And
can be.
these are real things that happen
Oh, I know.
every single day, and that's where my experience came
Right.
from.
I used to have a work husband. He was gay though, so it didn't count. I'm just. He was heterosexual when we were working. I mean, he was gay though, and I loved him. We would say that. We would look out for each other on the job, you
Right.
know. But I get what you're saying, that there's I've seen some work relationships that, listen, when they had the office party, it was a little awkward. Like,
Well, sometimes
it happens.
it develops into other things.
It can.
And
It can.
with me being on the other side of a lot of those situations, because I've always worked with women, I was in finance.
Okay.
It was all women.
Right.
I taught. It was all women. So those scenarios, if
So you were always surrounded by women. So if
Yeah.
you had an insecure woman, it was just
Yeah.
doomed from
Yeah.
the start.
so thank goodness my ex, she was very cool. At least
Okay.
we ain't never
Okay.
have that discussion about. But she'll straighten me out in certain situations. Like, I don't give a shit what's going on. I don't give,
Oh Lord, that just came out.
like I don't care what's going on in their situation. I'm first. I think that was one of the things that kind of led to our demise, unfortunately, because she didn't feel in a lot of those scenarios that she was first. So that's why anybody I talk to, like, man, you got to put her first. So I agree.
Yeah.
With that sentiment that you're saying, that communication.
It's hard, and I get it. Some things you don't want to say because you actually kind of feel like you're protecting them.
Yeah.
But then it's kind of like it's a double-edged sword. You're protecting them, but you're also setting them up for hurt later, because when they find out, they feel betrayed,
Yes.
and they're
It's
like,
you
"Who
can
else?
tell me.
and
You can tell me.
Who else
You
knows?
can tell me that.
Who else knows?
Yeah.
Oh well, Letitia know. Rudy know. You mean everybody? I mean, that's how we feel. Like
Yes. Yes.
Everybody knew but me, so now I look like a fool.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the automatic assumption, is that you don't you look at me as a clown.
Correct.
You don't look at me as
And
an
now I'm
equal,
looking at everybody
as a partner.
sideways. And I'm looking at everybody sideways.
Yeah.
So it's not good for and I think whoever is on the listening side,
Yeah.
I know they can't make you do, but if they're not urging you to come clean or be truthful, you really got to second guess their motives too. Because to me, that's like keeping receipts. That's
course.
like building up a case.
Yeah.
Because I don't have that to hold on to me anymore. If I know you're not saying anything, I got it.
Right.
You know, if I want to flip out on you, oh, you don't make me go, huh? You know, yeah, huh? You know what I'm saying, huh? Now you can't breathe good. Your hair's falling out. Cause you done pissed me off now. You might
All
owe me
that
some money.
stress.
Look, you might owe me some money. I'm like, oh, okay. I gotta make a phone call. See, I don't want to be like that. Don't let nobody ever be able to blackmail you. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Right. Like you said, the office Christmas party, that's when the alcohol get introduced. That's why a lot of these, institutions are saying, we got a dry party,
Right.
because now you're in a situation where, no, you're not at work, but you held to the same rules as being at work. Now all of a sudden, you got somebody who has behaved incorrectly. You got somebody who don't approach somebody. Always had that crush on you, like
Right,
in your
yeah.
case.
And I've had some subtle, not like HR warranted, but I've had some subtle, advances before at the job, and I kind of had to tell them, hey, even when I wasn't married, I was like, if I wasn't interested, I'd be like, yeah, I got a boyfriend,
Right.
But it wouldn't stop them from, hey, you want me to get you something from the snack machine? Would you want to pick you? You want me to get your coffee from work? And I was just like, you're not gonna Bill Cosby me, no. I don't want no coffee. You gonna be feeling woozy at my desk.
Not the Bill Cosby.
No open containers. Everything got to be closed. Listen,
With a top.
You drink it first.
I need to open
You drink it first, yeah.
If I don't open it,
All
I
of a
don't want
sudden,
it.
I see you in a different way. Oh no, I don't eat no voodoo chips. I'm doing all that.
Oh man. But yeah, I truly believe that it's based on the situation,
Yeah.
but just generically, it's impossible.
Right.
It's really impossible. Because like you said, you're gonna have that guy that you put in the friend zone or the bruh zone, or but does he truly understand that? Is he one that, like you said, he's still getting the chips, he's still getting the coffee? It might not be right now, but it might be later. Is
Right.
that in the back of his head? It's
I mean, and you could, I've seen women do it. I've seen women tell me, like, sending mixed schedule. I'm like, if you don't like this guy, why are you doing this? Or why are you going out to lunch? Because, I mean, if somebody likes you, whatever attention you give them is just going to give them a sense of hope,
Yep.
right? That maybe you're going to break one day.
Yep.
Or they know your dude going to mess up and
Yep.
you going to need a rebound,
Yep.
But I think, you do your due diligence by being upfront and straight up and be like, listen, I'm in a relationship. I see you as a friend only. You got to use those only words.
you got that right.
Only. Now, if you want to stick around and we can be in the break room and drink some coffee. I have to buy my own coffee. But we good. We good, But when you start indulging your personal relationship and you tell them all the things that your man not doing or your woman not doing,
Yes.
and they just building the case. They see you at the
waiting.
potluck and they
They waiting.
Yeah, at the holiday party, and corner your man over there and be like, oh, so you out today, because I'm surprised you here because you usually ain't around from what I heard,
Oh,
What
you in
mean?
town.
Yeah,
You ain't at the casino this week.
right. You're right. Tell them all your bad habits. Throwing shots.
Oh man. All right. So
Okay.
this next one.
Okay.
This one, I would never be in this situation, but
You can't say I've never.
I definitely won't be in this situation.
Okay.
You and your ex broke up a week ago.
Okay.
Then you just happen to see them in a fight that they are losing. Do you help them or do you watch?
Well, it depends on why we broke up. I mean,
It's
I
only
mean-
it's only been a week.
I don't
Now
get-
I'm gonna put a time on the relationship.
okay.
Y'all were together for a year,
Okay.
so just in case that means that,
It don't mean I don't care if we was together
okay.
10 years.
Okay.
It depends on why we broke up. I'm gonna say that again. I'm sticking to that because you could have did something horrendous to me, and I'm still not right. I feel like that's karma. I'm not. I mean, I could have hired the person. I don't know. It depends on why we broke up. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know how to it answer that. I'm still hurting.
I would have never thought about that.
What the hell? I mean,
Oh,
you could have.
man.
I mean, you could have wiped my account out and left me flat broke and spitting on your baby mama, and I see you getting beat up, and I might jump in and throw some licks in there too, and record it.
Oh man.
And don't try to give me no scenario about, well, he was a good man and you broke. Nope. I'm sticking to that. That's the best story.
He did wrong.
He did wrong. That could be my big brother beat him up. I don't know who it was, but no.
So no irreconcilable
Hey,
differences.
no. Mm-mm.
Oh my
Mm-mm. That's straight karma because you was cheating probably. I'm good.
Oh man.
I'm good. Should have been a better man.
Off rip.
Off the rip.
There was,
God don't like ugly.
there was no
Is it-
hesitation. There was no thought process. There was
God
none of
don't
that.
like ugly.
You get what you,
You
deserve.
get what you get. Until you do right by me,
Oh
ain't
man.
nothing gonna come see. Yeah.
I cannot wait to tell the person that sent me this question. Oh man. But I stand by I'll never be in that situation.
Okay.
I'm a big proponent of being a lover and not a fighter, and I don't
got you.
I don't want to deal with nobody that's gonna have a fight. If you don't know what conflict resolution is, you can't be a part of my life.
Yeah. See. Yeah. You.
You gotta be able to get out of it.
Yeah. That's you. But yeah, I'm sticking to that. Call your work wife.
The work gonna help
Call
fight.
Call your work wife.
Nigga.
Should have been putting gas in my car when I went to Tallahassee. Throwing it all back.
Got the whole
Here's
list.
your whole list. While my 24 got 60,000 miles on it now, and it's only March. You deserve get him again.
Oh man.
Get him again.
It's like what? As soon as you done fighting them, go ahead and flat them tires.
Yeah,
for me.
okay. He ain't driving his car anyway.
Oh man. Oh, he driving that girl car.
Yeah. Jesus.
Oh my gosh. Oh, never thought that would be the answer. You know, sometimes you gotta have a idea what the answer might be. I never
Ain't
thought
no
of
need
that.
of both of us dying. We gotta have one. Gotta be the witness. I gotta.
Oh my gosh. Oh. So now that I got my breath back,
Okay.
one thing I never do, I never say goodbye.
Okay.
Ever. I always say, you're always welcome.
Great. Thank
I
you.
hope you had fun.
Yes, I hope you have fun.
I definitely did. Now, of course, you got anything that's coming up? What's hot on the
Let's see.
burner?
What's hot?
I know season 2 is
Yes.
in the works right now.
Yeah, so season 2 is in the works. We air April 7th. We'll be on the CW network for running for 13 weeks.
Excellent.
And
Wow.
then we have, I have plans. I have plans on doing other shows. Being an executive producer now has put me,
Congratulations.
thank you, on a different platform where, the accessibility to other networks have now come about. So, trying to get these things shopped as we speak. And just doing more speaking, too. I want to do some stuff for, young girls, let them know that to believe in themselves, because I think we don't hear it more. Like you were talking to the young man about budgeting.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of young girls now are lost because they see all this stuff on social media so much right now. It's overload. They're lost. They don't know what they want to be, right? I mean, not be funny, but it's like they don't know what they want to be, a stripper or a rapper or whatever. I mean, yes, you have great girls that want to go to school, and, you know, you have these people are telling you don't need to go to school. School is overrated. I mean, they're so lost.
Right.
But what I would tell any young girl is to, you know, follow your dream. Whatever you do, make sure it's legit.
Yeah.
Don't let anyone down talk you on your dream. I mean, my mom and my aunt, they wanted me to be X, Y, and Z. I mean, I was a young mother. I was rebellious. I finally got it right, you know, in my 40s, right? It's like I got it right. I went back to school and I got my bachelor's in mass communications and journalism and my master's in organizational management. I was what you call a late bloomer, but I still bloomed, right? And so I would love to tell young girls that, like, you don't have to do everything today. And whatever you do, put your heart and your mind and your soul into it. Because your dream is your dream.
You got that right.
You know,
Love it.
as parents, we want everything. Oh, you should do this. And, like, you're not doing it. Why are you telling your child what to, you're not taking that exam? Like, you're not studying 8 hours. And this is why I wanted to be this is why I really want to go back to school. And I know, you know, for sometimes school can be overrated to the fact that you don't have to go to school to be successful. There are plenty of there are billionaires who don't even have a college degree. I mean, really, it is. But I couldn't tell them to do something that I didn't do.
Exactly.
And I think parents, we do that. We want our children to be perfect. And it's like, hello, you are not perfect. You had to have your cuts, your bruises, right?
Exactly.
So you got to let them be them, but at the same time, still instill great values in them, so you know that they're going to return to you with a great character still. And I think that's what's important. I have in April, I'm going to be doing some hosting. So I have a lot of hosting things coming up.
I know you got Juneteenth.
Yes, so I'm hosting Juneteenth as well, and I am being honored as I don't want to say it wrong, but it's something in like influential business women or
Okay.
something in April.
Love it.
Yeah, I got So,
Like I said, world famous.
I'm working on it.
That's why I put it out there.
But the main thing, you know, for me is I really want to give back one day. I really want to be able to give back. And I mean, I do it in a form of me putting people on platforms, because I put people on TV who's never been on TV.
Yes.
And I'm not saying just put on TV for 2 minutes and you get a local soundbite from the news. And I'm talking about stories,
Right.
because we have so many great, like yourself, we have so many great people here where we live. And I think everyone has a story. I tell people, you may not have a bestseller, but you have a story.
That part.
And getting those stories out. And we need local media. We need independent media like you and I to tell the stories, to change the narratives that people think about us. I mean, even though, yes, we had fun tonight, but I mean, you know, we're two people who are professionals, and this is what we do. And we allow people to unlayer themselves and be vulnerable, right? So this was good.
I'm glad you enjoyed yourself.
This was good.
So definitely shout out and thank you to Mr. Shed Lane here at Boulevard Subs.
Oh, yes. I
He
had
is
my
always-
Italian with my sweet bread. I still got half. I don't see how people eat 12-inch subs. Y'all greedy. It's good. God.
Well,
You
I
eat a
split
12-inch?
it. I split it.
What do you mean?
It's half today, half tomorrow.
That's good tomorrow?
Yeah, you put in the air fryer.
What kind of sub you put in the air fryer?
A fish sub.
Oh.
It's not on the menu.
Y'all air fryer people. Y'all be really... If this ain't bring it back from the dead...
It make it taste it make it taste like it was the same
Everybody
day.
I know who has an air fryer always bringing something back from the dead.
Yeah.
Put it in the air fryer.
Put it in the air fryer every time.
And it tastes like new.
My oven is an air fryer.
Oh, wow.
So, yes, fancy.
Oh,
But
excuse me.
I'm telling you, it's like it hasn't lost a single step.
So you can't eat a 12-inch,
No.
like in one
No,
take.
oh gosh, no.
Okay. No, but there are people that do.
Of course.
Okay.
I'm not one of them. Like, I don't go to buffets.
Yeah, they take my money
I can't.
because I can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
It's the worst.
And I'm still chubby. I don't know what. God, what
You the way you're supposed to be.
That's, I guess. I like that. I like
That's
that. I like I'm the way I'm supposed to be.
That's right.
That's great. And that's why representation is everything. We need
course.
people that look all different. Diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging.
And stop messing with it, y'all. Y'all little D. Yeah, well, damn, never mind. That's another story. So with that, like I said, I'll never say goodbye, but it's to be continued.
Okay.
I'll link another episode to this one in the same vein. I'm thinking probably episode with Lucy. So I'll basically put that one as far as the next episode y'all should check out after this one. But of course, thank you again. Thanks for
Thank
joining
you.
us. Y'all have a wonderful evening and a good night. Always thank you for your time.
God bless.
God bless.